Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Thank everyone for joining us today for this first, which is a virtual groundbreaking for the 5 Points Project. Begin with, let everyone know that I'm DeWitt House, the Senior Program Officer for the Harvest Foundation, and I'll serve as your moderator for today's event. It will be my pleasure to introduce all of our speakers, but to begin with, I'd like to offer a special thanks to our project team that have been managing this 5 Points Project, and Jeff Sadler, our housing consultant, Catherine Van Noy, our grant writer, Sarah Hodges from the EDC, Latala Hodges, communications director here at the Harvest Foundation, city manager Leon Tornicki, and assistant manager Eric Mundy, and Don Ahern from Nationwide, and Jim Miller from Silverpoint. I'd just like to thank each of them for all the work that they have put into launching this project, which we hope will be the first of many. We'll begin our event today. Our first speaker will be we'll offer a welcome and a project overview, and that will come from Leon Tornicki, the city manager for the city of Martinsville. Leon?
Absolutely. Thank you, DeWitt, and thank everyone for joining this morning. This is certainly a project that we're excited about. I guess if you go back to the housing summit that we had at New College in July of 2019, there was a lot of discussion at that meeting about the housing needs in this community. There were quite a few speakers that provided information about the age of the existing housing stock that we have in the community. A recurring message that we were hearing from the Economic Development Corporation is that as new companies come to this area, one of the questions that they frequently hear is, where are our employees going to live? So that was a message that I think we were all getting loud and clear. If you fast forward from July 2019, the city, Jeff, and I know a number of individuals on the team and on the call this morning participated in a grant application that went at that time to VHDA. The intent there was to generate a housing project, an affordable housing project here in the city. We were able to find or located some property the city actually owned not far from the city municipal building. Actually, it's property on both sides of West Church Street. And from there, we began the development of a potential project that could involve new construction. We were early on having conversations with Nationwide, which is a company literally here in our backyard that's been in existence in Martinsville for about 70 years, that does manufactured housing, modular housing. And from there, the pieces just began to fall in place. We were able to secure a grant, and again, thanks to Virginia Housing for that. And the project that emerged was essentially, I don't want to steal too much thunder from the folks at Nationwide, but ended up being two components. One was a single family component on one side of West Church Street. The other was a townhouse project on the north side of West Church Street. All total about, I think it's 27 units, 12 single family units on the south side, 15 townhouse units on the north side. It is an exciting project for us, and it's a win-win-win-win for many people. It's certainly a win for the city in that it's an opportunity for new housing construction in the city that hasn't occurred in quite a while. It is certainly a win for those in our community looking for affordable housing, and that's the term that we've used on this project because we're gearing this toward individuals making $15 to $20 an hour, somewhere in the $30,000 to $45,000 a year range. And through the grant, we're able to pay down or cover much of the site development costs. So as individuals are able to qualify for these houses, these living units, their cost is going to be simply the cost of the unit, and all the peripheral costs that go into site development and extension of utilities and that kind of those kinds of things are all being covered by the grant. So making it affordable It's a project that heard you talking earlier about the housing conference next year. It is certainly a project that has the capability of being replicated in other communities around the state. And I guess back to the win-win-win-win, the other win, I think, is certainly for Nationwide, a company that's been here in the city for many years. And this is a project literally in their backyard. So the transportation costs related to moving their product from the factory to the site would be minimized due to the very short distance. And it's an opportunity for a great local company to showcase some of their product and to show people in the community what they're capable of doing. So we're very excited about it. You know, all together, when you look at the units, it's going to represent about $4 million all total in new housing development here in the city. From the city standpoint, we'll probably generate around $100,000 a year in utilities and real estate taxes. So again, it's a great project. It's a good use of the property. It's a good neighborhood, and I think it's going to be a good project all the way around for a lot of us. So real excited to be part of it. Certainly thankful for all the partners that we've had in making this happen, and we're real excited to see this thing finally take off.
Okay, thank you, Leon. Our next speaker will be Chris Thompson, who's the Director of Strategic Housing for Virginia Housing. Chris?
Yeah, thank you, DeWitt and Jeff and Catherine, Leon, and everybody else for providing some opportunity this morning. And I apologize, I'm having some video difficulties, so just going to go ahead with the audio part, and probably should have coordinated with Leon, because I think you took all my talking points, and so maybe I should have gone first and left you to fend. But no, I mean, everything you said is right on. So yeah, I'm Chris Thompson with Virginia Housing, with the State Housing Finance Agency, and so just want to say, good morning, welcome everybody. Good seeing those of you that I can see on the screen. And yeah, I did want to take a couple minutes just to talk about partnerships and how we have arrived at this awesome milestone today. And I want to rewind back to some of the things that Leon talked about, going back almost 2 years, back to the early part of 2019, where Allison from the Harvest Foundation reached out and talked about a housing stakeholder group that was being formed. And so, of course, hearing that, anything about housing, got my attention, and, us at Virginia Housing, we were all in. And it was really at that point where we started to see some real energy emerge, from the local leadership, from Leon and the city, Allison, DeWitt, and the rest of the team at Harvest Foundation, Mark over at the EDA, all starting to move in the same direction around this issue around housing. And I'd also like to say, while we are celebrating this event for Martinsville, I also want to recognize the leadership of Henry County, and really namely Tim Hall, who I feel like was joined at the hip from the beginning on this. And I really have seen this whole endeavor as being a regional partnership, and everyone's just moving together around that shared mission. But yeah, going back to 2019, the work group generated a lot of excitement, and that did culminate in the housing summit back in July of 2019. And for me, the message was basically that the city and the county coming together to proclaim that, we are open for business, business is good. And by the way, housing is our #1 priority, and we need more of it right away to help sustain our economic growth. And so in the vein of partnerships, that was a fantastic event with support from local leaders, the community college, who we've actually also struck up a partnership with, and others. And again, that really signaled that the local leadership was serious about, being a catalyst and initiating some change. And so from there, conversations continued, and we started looking collectively for targets of opportunity to create new housing. And at that point, I need to also give a big shout out to Don at Nationwide. He graciously hosted some of us from Richmond, as well as a local team over there at the factory. And I'll tell you, we were just blown away. The quality, the attractiveness, just everything about that housing was just amazing. And so at that point, we knew we needed to find a way to take advantage of that local asset. And, housing affordability is a crisis across Virginia. It's something that's critical for both our homeowners and our renters, and whether you're in urban communities or rural neighborhoods, we have a real affordable housing crisis. And so, for what we're celebrating today, it's been great to see the city, Harvest, Nationwide, and others coming together with a game plan to start making a dent in this need. And for us at Virginia Housing, what is happening now is just the first step to looking at how we can promote modular housing construction, as well as this unique partnership with local governments across Virginia. So this is not going to be something we just, are one and done here in Martinsville. This is something we want to take this message across Virginia. And there was a mention that the Virginia Governor's Housing Conference kicked off today. We are doing it virtually this year, but we're hoping to be back in person next year. Each year we get maybe 900 to 1,000 people there, and I can certainly see us using that forum as an event to really showcase this partnership and where we've come. So I'll just close by saying, how happy we are to have not just been part of today's ceremony, but as part of partners in the entire journey. This was one of just 3 innovation awards that we made, and so we can't wait to see the homes going up, the new homeowners coming in. And again, using this as an example to tout statewide. So in closing, just on behalf of Virginia Housing, congratulations to everyone for all their hard work. Look forward to seeing more of the progress, and thank you for the opportunity today.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. We certainly appreciate the partnership and all the work that you and your team have put together on this project. Now we're going to hear from Don Ahern, the general manager at Nationwide Homes. Don?
Well, good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Donald Ahern. I'm the general manager here for Nationwide Homes. And like everyone else, we're just so excited to be a part of this project for many different reasons. But tell you a few things about Nationwide Homes and Cavco that maybe you don't know. Nationwide Homes is a member of the Cavco family, which has 19 manufacturing facilities located across the United States with over 5,000 employees. Again, we're very proud to be a part of this very exciting and much needed development here in our hometown of Martinsville, Virginia. Leon mentioned earlier, Nationwide has been in business here in the city of Martinsville for over 60 years, going on close to 70 years now. And we're committed to helping improve our community and the lives of our associates and our neighbors. One of our core values here at Nationwide and Cavco is our commitment to solving affordable housing issues in our markets and our communities. This project allows us to live up to that commitment while also helping pave the way for the future improvements and act as a template for other areas across America to do the same. We're also very pleased here at Nationwide and Cavco to partner with Silverpoint Homes, who plays a critical role in the success of this project. Over the last 20 years, Silverpoint Homes has built residential and commercial dwellings with family in mind. It is their hope that the 5 Points project will support our families, strengthen our community, encourage further development in surrounding areas. So on behalf of Nationwide Homes and the entire Cavco family, we're very proud to be a part of this vital project, and we will work hard to ensure its overall success. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Next, we're going to hear from Philip Wingstrom, who is the Executive Director for the United Way of Martinsville-Henry County.
Good morning, everyone. First, I'd like to thank DeWitt and Jeff for involving United Way in this project. We think it's going to be incredibly impactful for all the partners already mentioned, Nationwide's Homes, City of Martinsville, as well as residents of Martinsville and Henry County that make moderate incomes. At the United Way, we firmly understand the importance of home ownership, both in terms of improving one's net worth, as well as conferring true stability on one's family. So we're really excited that this project has really taken shape and has involved so many wonderful partners, both within the community and from outside of the community. The United Way's primary role in this project is going to be trying to help individuals enter the pipeline for this home ownership program. We've got a lot of synergies between some existing programs operating at the United Way, as well as this 5 Points project. They're going to make it even easier for someone to qualify and eventually own a home. Specifically, I'd like to highlight the Individual Development Account Program. This program provides match savings accounts for individuals that are interested in purchasing a home. It also provides financial education training so they're better able to manage their expenses. They'll be more successful once they actually own the home. This really is kind of a golden goose type opportunity, with someone being able to save $500 and having those savings matched at a rate of $8 for every $1 saved. So potentially up to $4,000 in grant funds going to help with down payment assistance. The same staff member that's going to be helping enroll individuals into the process of home ownership for the 5 Points Project is also coordinating the IDA program. So I'd like for everyone to take out their pens and take the opportunity to write down this contact information. It's Lisa Frick. Best way to reach her is going to be her office number, 276-403-5965. You can also email her at lisa@unitedwayofhcm.org, and we can get you in line and get you in one of these wonderful homes. Once again, I'd just like to thank everyone for involving United Way in this process. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Next, we're going to hear from David Worley, who is the Area Director in Lynchburg for the USDA Rural Development.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. And welcome to my home. As a lot of people, I'm working from my dining room table this morning. So welcome. A little background, Rural Development is the lending agency of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Our mission is to create economic opportunity and improve the quality of life for all rural Americans. Our organization was created in the 1940s as Farmers Home Administration, and it was made to meet the lending needs of rural farmers at that time. And if some of you have been around as long as I have, you may remember Farmers Home Administration. In the 1960s, the rural housing programs were added, and in the 1990s, the farm loans were moved. We no longer do the farm loans. They were moved to the Farm Service Agency, and that's when we became or renamed Rural Development. We have 42 loan, guarantee, and grant programs. I won't go over all 42 of them today, but they're broken down into 4 program areas: rural business, community programs, rural utilities, and rural housing. So we can become involved and finance most anything that's going on in rural areas. We finance housing, businesses, broadband, community facilities, water and waste systems, and just about anything a rural community may desire. Rural development in Virginia consistently ranks in the top 10 states for both community program funding and housing mortgage activity. Rural development staff in Virginia consistently delivers more than $1 billion in investments each year. And one statistic I'm most proud of, that the administrative costs for rural development to deliver $1 of assistance is less than 5 cents. So the majority of the taxpayers' money that we are entrusted with, we give back to the people and get it back to the people. As I sit here in my home this morning on this cold and windy day, I'm reminded of the importance of home ownership. And a project like this can't happen without partnerships. And I'd like to thank everyone that is working on this partnership, the city of Martinsville, Henry County, Virginia Housing, Nationwide Homes, the United Way, and the Harvest Foundation. And this is an example of when we work together, America prospers. So thanks to all of you.
Thank you, David. Now we're going to go to our actual site, the site of the groundbreaking, and we're going to have words from Mayor Kathy Lawson and Councilman Jim Woods.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We are grateful to be here this morning on this blustery, sunny day. And on behalf of Martinsville City Council, we want to express our sincere thanks to everyone who made this project possible. We've got 12 single-family homes that are going to go on this side and 15 townhouses that are going to go on the other side of the street. And it's just a wonderful opportunity for the citizens of Martinsville to have new housing. So we are very grateful. And Councilmember Woods has a few words as well.
I think it's so appropriate that we're doing this during Thanksgiving. We're so thankful. This is what's right with Martinsville. Seeing all these partners in the not-for-profit sector, in the business sector, and in the government doing what's right by the citizens of Martinsville, and we're so excited to be a part of it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lawson, and thank you also, Mr. Woods. And now we will have our closing remarks provided by the president of the Harvest Foundation since July, Ms. Kate Keller.
Thanks, DeWitt. That was great. I mean, I know we all wish we could have been there out there in the cold and the wind with them, but I'm glad we got to see it virtually. So thank you all for attending today, this unusual virtual groundbreaking to celebrate this really important milestone for our growth in Martinsville-Henry County. The 5 Points neighborhood is a fantastic example about how when a community comes together in such a short period of time, we were able to accomplish something so great. This is a great example of public and private partnerships collaborating and moving forward. So again, I'd like to reiterate our partners who were involved in this project and thank them again. We obviously have the United Way, Nationwide Homes, Silverpoint Homes, the City of Martinsville, Henry County, Martinsville-Henry County EDC, the USDA Rural Development, and Virginia Housing. We're so happy to have worked with all of you through this progress. This is a tremendous occasion for celebration, and this community should be really proud of what we've been able to accomplish so far. We've been able to leverage $500,000 in grant funding from Virginia Housing that'll come back to our community with the intention of building homes to change the lives of 27 families. These are families who will be able to own homes, so many of them for the very first time. They'll have the ability and capability to build generational wealth and enjoy membership in our community as a homeowner. Our goal, of course, is to get these 27 homes sold, but in the process, we're also going to be building more foot traffic to Uptown's Martinsville. As you can tell, that is only a 10-minute walk from Uptown Martinsville. So again, it builds into the vision of having a more thriving Uptown by having more people being able to walk down here. And we're updating housing stock in the city that hasn't seen significant changes since the 1970s and 1980s. We'll be working closely with local employers to make sure that they know about this fantastic opportunity and they can share that with their employees so that we can get people to apply. Thank you again for everyone for attending today and celebrating this with us, as we know this investment today is something that will transform and make up a more positive community for us tomorrow and for generations to come. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Kate. And with that, that will conclude our groundbreaking ceremony, our first virtual. Hopefully it will be our last. But again, just want to thank everyone for their participation, and we're really excited about moving forward with this project. Thank you.